Dear Diary, these past few weeks have been quite low for the first time in a while. Everything was looking up, and then it slowly began to slip downhill. The loneliness crept back in and was exacerbated by people who I thought I could speak my mind to. It turns out, people don't like people who will challenge them and make them think twice, or people who are just being honest. It bothers me because it confirms what I already knew about people, and it reaffirms my question: why bother with them when all they do is disappoint? No one is perfect, but when they stoically blow you off, the river flows with disappointment, and trust just breaks. What is happening to the human race where all we do is destroy? Destruction of the environment, of the seas, of the people, of everything. Maybe he was right. Is the world better off without us? Without humans who rule with greed and self-interest? We are so removed from each other that everyone is resulting to being less empathetic towards one another and feeling more and more lonely because of it. Losing the human connection we once had. Humans used to be social creatures, for survival mostly. And while the pandemic proved that isolation had negative effects on us, I wonder if the level of which we are social creatures has dropped because of how self-centered, self-motivated, and self-serving we all are. It's astonishing how common social anxiety is in society, and how misunderstood it is at the same time, as people often cannot understand why people who suffer from it are struggling. Not aware that they are the ones who have contributed to someone suffering this chronic problem. The trust we give to those around us, only to be abused and disappointed time and time again, is something we don't give so easily. And as the number of people who prove what we know to be true increases, the more guarded we are to those we meet, protecting ourselves from what we believe is inevitable. Many say, why don't we just become detached? Why do we still invest time and energy rather than work on being neutral and stoic? It's funny to me how easy they seem to believe it is to just switch it off, like flipping a switch, especially those who have done the change. But for me, as an empath, it isn't easy to switch it off. It's probably one of the hardest things for me to do. And I would argue that if you do, it's like losing a big part of what makes us human. It's losing our humanity. And without it, how fulfilled of a life could we really live?